Today I have for you some hot bar, unintentionally hot bar. There's no air conditioning in my home, so it reaches 89 degrees upstairs. Thankfully, it's a little bit cooler in the studio. So circumstances are not ideal, but I'm on here bringing you a class anyway because circumstances do not need to be ideal in order for you to have consistent workouts. Now I'm just jumping right in without providing a warm-up on here because I'm already warm. I'm actually already hot, which is not a physical compliment to myself so much as it is on where I'm at temperature-wise. Get yourself warmed up and comfortable before jumping into this one with me. Let's do it.
We're starting out today with plies in second position. Step those feet out to second, toes are turned out, externally rotated. Now we're gonna plie, lift the heels, press tall, drop the heels. Plie, lift heels, press tall, drop the heels. Good, make sure that you're squeezing the whole way up through the glutes. Plie, lift heels, press tall, drop the heels. Keep repeating right here. Now we're going to reverse and slow it down. Releve, plie, drop heels, lift up. Releve, plie, drop heels, press up. Keep it going right here. Keep the hips underneath the shoulders. Make sure that you're not leaning forward through the chest. Stay nice and tall. Now demi-plie fast. Down and up, down and up. Down and up. Keep it going right here. Make sure that you're zipping up tall. From the top, plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. Plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. Make sure that you're engaging through all the muscles of your legs. Don't get lazy. Let's reverse and slow it down. Releve, plie, drop the heels, press it tall. Again, releve, plie, drop heels, press tall. Keep going. Now we're going into this demi-plies nice and fast. Take it down and up, down and up, down and up. Little change, we're gonna pulse for 6. Hold it in plie, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. And again, pulse. Lift it up. Now releve, peel those heels up off the floor. Reach nice and tall. Think about the crown of the head reaching to the ceiling and really elongate through the body. Slowly lower the heels down. Now releve, plie, drop heels, press up. Again, releve, plie, drop heels, and press up. Continue this series right here, this movement. And we're moving back into those fast demi-plies. Down and up, down and up. Make sure that you keep the hips underneath the shoulders here. Light touch to the bar. And pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. And again. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Next, we're going to bring those feet parallel, toes facing forward. Releve, sit down into chair, lift up tall, and drop the heels. Again, releve, sit down into chair. So we're not squatting here. Those hips are staying underneath the shoulders. Knees come forward, lift up, and drop down. It's like chair pose, but our legs are hip distance apart. Now we're going to take this movement and speed it up. We're going to lift, sit, lift, drop heels. Lift heels, sit down, lift, drop heels. Good. Continue right here. Because of the way that we're sitting down here, you can have a firm grip to the bar. We're really working through the calves through this series. Now right here, we're going to turn those heels into first position and releve. Lift and lower. That parallel position that we're in originally, we should just be able to turn our heels in and be right here in first. And then we'll switch back to parallel. So that all that means is that we lift up and open the heels back out. Right here, turn it back parallel. We're gonna releve, sit, lift, drop heels. Good. Same pattern that we repeat over and over that we're just changing tempo with. So this is our fast speed. Lift, sit, lift, drop, heels. Now turn those heels back into first position and releve. You'll probably be feeling a lot of burning through the calves. If you need to stop and take a break, that is okay. Don't be afraid to press through it and take good deep breaths. If you need to drop out for a moment, come right back in as soon as you can. Turn those heels back out parallel. Right here, we're gonna lift and we're gonna sit. Lift, lower heels. It's half time. Lift, sit, lift, drop the heels. Continue here slow. We're going to speed up in just a minute. Lift, sit, lift, drop heels. Speed it up. Take it up, down, up, and down. Up, down, up, and down. Good. Stay here for a little while at this quicker pace. And if the fast pace is a little bit too much, slow it down. Now turn those heels into first position. We're gonna releve, come into plie, lift, lower heels. Releve, bend, lift, and drop. It's the same thing, but we're coming in first position and we're coming down into a plie. Good, lower those heels. Now bring those feet parallel, take the right foot back, both toes are facing forward, bend through the front leg, press through that back heel and stretch out the calf. Brief little stretch, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And next we're gonna go into a squat series. So we're gonna bring those feet out about hip distance apart, toes facing forward, and we're gonna step back away from the bar. We're not gonna be using it in the beginning, but be close enough that you can put those fingertips to the bar when we need it later. Right here, we're coming into a squat. Down and up, down and up, down and up. Good, nice steady beat with those squats right here. So we are hinging at the waist. The weight comes back to the heels, not a plie, but we are coming to a squat with those booties come out. Now hold here in the squat, hands to bar, heels up. We're gonna pulse it out right here in squat with those heels high. Now right here, press up tall and back to squat. Heels stay high. Woo, feel that burn. Now bring it down. We're gonna pedal heels. One come down and we switch. Lift the left, lift the right, lift the left, lift the right. Stay down in that squat position. Back from the top, our simple squats. So you can hang on to the bar if you need here, or just keep your hands distance from the bar. Bring it down, lift the heels, hold on to that bar and pulse it out right here. Now lift it the whole way, up, down, up and down, up, down, up and down. Pedal heels, left, right, good. Right here, we're gonna turn those toes out. And we're still in that squat. We're just externally rotated. Hold it down right here. Now peel those heels up and let's pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push it up. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Good. Now pedal heels. And it doesn't take your air conditioning breaking down for you to feel warm here. 1, and lift up. Good. Next, we're moving into plies in first position. Heels together, light touch to the bar. Now 1 time slow. Plie, lift heels, press tall, drop the heels. Now 2 demi plies. 1 and 2. Repeat and fast. Plie 1 and 2. Plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. 1 and 2. Again, plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. 1 and 2. Now we're going to plie, step out to second to the right, plie, step out to second on the left, plie, out to second first, and out to second. Right here, plie, press all the way to releve, down, press all the way up, down, and all the way up. 1 more. From the top, plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels, plie for 2, 1. Plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels, 2, and 1. Plie, lift heels, press, drop, 2, and 1. Again, 1 more. For 2, and 1. Now we'll hold down. We're going to lift both heels, drop both heels. Lift both heels, drop both heels. Everything else stays steady. Nice and tall through the head. We're not coming up or down through the body. We're staying down in that plie, and we're just peeling the heels off and lowering down. You may recognize your legs trembling at this point, and that's okay. Muscular fatigue. If you need to drop out for a second, just come back in as soon as you can. Now plie, press all the way to releve, down and up. Pull those heels up, grow nice and tall. Now plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. 1 and 2. Again, plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. 2 and 1. Keep it going. Now we're going to take plies in first and step to second. Back to first, step to second. Make sure that you're alternating sides to the right and in, to the left and in. From the top right here, plie, lift heels, press tall, drop heels. 1 and 2. Again, plie, heels peel up, press, drop. 1 and 2. Good. Little break right here. Send those hips back and away. Stretch away from the bar. For this next one, grab your round loop resistance band and meet me back at the bar. This is going on our legs above our knees, so choose that resistance appropriately. We're going to be working in chair pose here. So ankles together, and we're going to sit straight down into chair. Make sure those hips stay underneath the shoulders and that you're not leaning forward and you're not in a squat. Heels are lifted, and those heels are pressing together. Knees are pressing together. Hold here and breathe. Now, if you haven't felt the burn by this point yet, if your legs don't feel a little bit like jello, they will after this one. Hang in there with me. Now right here, we're going to lift up nice and tall, straighten the legs, and right back to chair. Again, lift up tall and right back to chair. Keep those heels nice and high. Back down to chair. Now hold down in chair. Let's pulse it here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Keep it going. That's right. It's getting warm for everyone, not just for me. Hold it here. Open and close the knees. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Good. Press against that resistance band. If it gets to be too much, you can lose the band and do this whole series without it. Keep it going right here. Now firm touch to that bar. Make sure that you are holding on right here. All right, hold right there in chair pose. Few deep breaths. Now we're gonna slowly open and close the knees. Hold. And 2 more. Open, close, open, and close. Now hold right there in chair pose. Breathe into it. You can take a short break and come back down if you need. Yes, can you feel your legs trembling right here? That's normal. That's perfectly fine. Mine are shaking if you look closely enough. Now lift up nice and tall. It's a nice little break, and right back down. Or maybe it's a break that makes you aware of exactly what muscles are working in your legs. Lift up tall and right back down. And back down, hold it here and pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hug those heels together. Keep those feet together, knees together too. Hold it here, open, close the knees. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Good, keep it going. Make sure when this is getting hard that you are not holding your breath. Now pulse right here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something different right here. Pelvic tuck, release. Open knees, close knees. Tuck the pelvis forward, release. Open knees and close. Pelvic tuck, release, open and close. Again, tuck, release, open and close. Now just the knees. Open, close, open, close. You are nearly there. Hang on with me just a little bit longer. Keep breathing. Make sure when this gets tough that you are not holding your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Lift it up. Release those heels and take the band off. Well done. Put that band around the wrist, and right here we're just going to press the arms open and close just a little bit. Just push against that band and release. Take that focus somewhere else besides your legs. The band's just comfortably around the wrist. Good. Go ahead and take it off and place that off to the side. And now a moment of appreciation for my sweat mustache. Just take that all in. Grab your mats. Let's take this down to the floor. Next, we're going to be targeting the side body, particularly the obliques. So we're going to be side laying. We've got our head propped up under our hand, our top arm, that hand is pressing down into the ground for balance and support. The chest is open, not collapsing down. We want the hip stacked over top of the hip, and we're going to be balancing here. Our legs, our ankles are in a straight line out from our hips. Now, first movement slow. We're going to lift and lower that top leg. We're going to keep the knee facing forward rather than turning out. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now hold that top leg about hip distance, and you're going to lift the lower and lower it back down. Lift up to meet that top leg. Good. Lift and lower. If any of these movements as we get progressively harder don't work for you, go back to the movement before it. Now bring both feet down and keeping both legs zipped together, you're going to lift and lower, balancing on the hip. Now right here, we want to be focused on length through the legs rather than height. Think about pulling those toes out to the side. Now come up onto the forearm. Let the top hip roll back as you reach for the toes, and then roll back facing forward and balance on the hip. Again, lift up, reach, rock forward. Let that top hip roll back and return. Now switching sides right here. On that last movement, we let the top hip roll back. On all the other ones, we want it to remain stacked. Going back into that first movement, keeping the knee facing forward, we lift and lower. Hip is closed, knee is facing front. Now keep that top leg about hip distance and lift your bottom leg to reach it. Try to keep that top leg exactly where it is and bring the bottom leg up to reach it. Both legs together. We're gonna lift and lengthen across the room. Lift and lower. Now right here, that top hip is going to want to roll back, but keep it stacked and think about lengthening the legs out. Now come up onto the forearm. We're going to roll back and return facing front. Let the hip roll back, reach towards the feet, and come forward. If that's too much of a balancing act, you could place the fingertips down on the mat rather than reaching towards your feet. Now right here, we're going to come onto the stomach. Zip those heels together. We're going to lift and lower the legs. You're really going to feel this through your back right here. Just relax through the upper body. Place the head down and lift and lower the legs. Again here, we're not thinking about height. We're thinking about length. Now we're going to split the legs, lifting the left leg and lower, the right leg and lower. So if it's a little intense for you to lift both legs at the same time, just come to the split leg place instead. Now we're going to roll over onto our first side, and we're going to do the lift of both legs together. Unless that's too much, then pick a different variation. We're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. Think about reaching through those feet, reaching across the room. Now quick switch onto the other side, lift and lower. Flip over onto the stomach, heels together, lengthen and lift those legs. Good, and a quick press back into rest pose and relax and take a deep breath right here. For this next one, you're going to need a baby weight, 1 to 3 pounds. Come down on your mat, hands and knees. We want the knees to be about hip distance apart underneath the hips and the wrists directly underneath the shoulders. We're going to start out with a weight in the right hand. Palm is facing in, and we're going to start rowing out to the side and return. Nice and round through the elbow, not locking it out, just sweeping to the side and returning. This is not a lot of weight through the hands. We're going to really feel this through the arms and the core. Now turn the palm facing back towards the knees, and we're going to lift to the front and lift to the back. Lift front, hang down. Lift back, hang down. Make sure you have that break where you're reaching down towards your mat so you're not just using momentum. Forward, center. Press back, center. Lift forward, center. Press back, center. Good, now we're gonna switch hands. Same thing on the other side. Fly out, return. Fly, return. Now while we're doing this, we're thinking about the other 3 points of contact. Our one hand and our 2 knees, and we wanna evenly press our weight through them. Try to keep the back and the hips nice and steady. Now turn the palm facing the knee, lift forward, return, back, return. Forward, return, back, return. Good, keep going right here. Now move that weight off to the side. Right here, we're going to take a step forward with both of the hands. We're going to come into a lower lever push-up. So we're taking those elbows and we're gliding back past the rib cage right here. If you want to make it more intense, lift one arm as you come up. And then on the other side, down and up. Real power to press up here so you can peel one hand away. Now walk those hands back underneath the shoulders. Grab that weight, bring it back to your right hand. Good, turn the palm towards your knee. We're gonna lift forward and then sweep back. Forward, in, back, in. Forward, in, back, and in. Good, keep it going right here. Now we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna take forward, in, fly out to the side and in. Forward, in, turn the hand out and fly to the side. Good, now switch hands. Sweep forward and back. Forward, back. Now forward and fly to the side. Forward, to the side. Well done. Good job. Place that weight off to the side. Next, we're going to be doing a kneeling lunge and squat series. So we're doing this on the mat. We're going to bring the left foot forward into a lunge. The knee is over top of the ankle, not over top of the toes, and we're tucking the toes on the right leg. Right here, we're gonna lift up tall, scooter in the right leg, press back and come back down. Now you can hold on to something like a wall if you're having trouble balancing. This is a real balancing act. Press up, scooter the right leg in, press back, drop the knee down. So if you're standing next to a wall or next to a bar, you can reach out with the hand right here. Now step into a squat, left foot, back left, back right. Now up right, up left into that squat, back right, back left, up right, back left, back right. Now we're not standing up tall, we're just coming into that squat right here. Back right, back left. Now up left, up right, hold it here and pulse in that squat. Now we're taking the left foot back, right foot forward, lift up lunge, scooter in, scooter back, knee down, keep it going. Lift, scooter in, press it back, and down. Again, if you need, you can be holding on to your bar on the side or onto a wall. For balance and support, press back and down. Up right, up left into squat, back right, back left. Up right into squat, back left, back right. Good, try to come down with control. I know sometimes when you get tired here, it's easy to just kind of plop down, as you can catch me doing a little bit. Back right, back left. Now up right, up left. Pulse it out here and squat. 3, 4, 5. Now right foot back, up on the left, scooter in, press it back and down. Left foot forward, in, back, and down. Good, press it up. Scooter in, press it back, take it down. Lift it up, scooter in, press it back, and down. Up left, up right. Now right here, we're gonna lift one heel and switch. Pedal through those heels. Hold that squat and pedal those heels. Lift left, lift right, lift left, lift right, lift left, lift right. Good, we're kind of losing the feeling in our legs here. All right, now we're gonna take that left foot back, right foot is forward. We're gonna give ourselves just a minute and then we're going right back into that series. Lift up, scooter in, press it back and down. Up, in, back, down. Up, in, back, down. It's a slow pace, and that can make it pretty challenging for the muscles. Up right and up left. We're gonna pedal through those heels right here. Hold that squat, lift one heel at a time. Woo, well done. Okay, back down onto that mat. Now we want our knees about hip distance apart, our toes facing forward. We're going into a bridge. We want to imprint the low back onto the mat and then peel the spine up. Peel up one vertebrae at a time and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Think about peeling the spine off and melting it down. At the top, we want to be a straight line from our knees down to our shoulders. So not extending the rib cage and letting it flare, but a nice straight line. One more, lower down. Now sit up forward, and we're gonna take the hands back, fingers facing forward, and come into a reverse plank. Press up, lower down. Good. Every time we press up, we're nice and straight in that reverse plank, and then we bend the elbows as we lower the hips back down. Now we're gonna lift the right foot, lift the left foot. You can also float both and do a fast scissor switch with both feet off the mat, really getting into that core right there. Lean back into those bent elbows. Good. Coming back down into the bridge. Low back presses into the mat and we peel the spine off. Peel up one vertebrae at a time and melt down one vertebrae at a time. Keep a nice, steady flow of breath here. Now we're gonna sit up tall and come into those reverse planks and lower down. Keep the chin tucked, gaze facing forward rather than looking up to the ceiling. We don't want any strain in the neck here. Lift those hips nice and high, nice straight line of the body. Now we're gonna float those legs and scissor switch the legs right here. If that's too much, just keep one foot on the mat at all times, lift and lower, and then lift and lower on the other side. Now float the legs out. We're gonna open and close the ankles. We're going into this opening here. So our legs are floating out a low 45 degrees off the mat. We're opening and closing. Just lean back, bend through the elbows. This is working right here. If it's too much for your legs to be floating here for your core, just simply place the feet down on the mat and think about opening and closing and expanding through the hips. Good. Come back down into that bridge right here. Peel up, melt down. Peel up, melt down. Really focus on the articulation of the spine, lifting up one vertebrae at a time and melting down one vertebrae at a time, rather than just thrusting the hips and dropping them onto the mat. All right, moving back into that reverse plank. Lift up, bend the elbows, lower the hips. Good, and lower the hips back down. Go ahead and stretch forward. We're moving now into our stretch. Take the left foot out into a lunge. Keep the hips square and facing forward. Left knee is stacked over top of the ankles. And bring both the hands down to the mat to the inside of the left foot. Think about keeping the chest open and the head in line with the neck. Now we're going to take that left foot and we're going to roll out onto the outside of the foot. Make sure that that's comfortable for all the joints, your hip and your knees. But opening more deeply into the hip flexor by rolling out here onto the outside. And breathe in here deeply. Good, rolling that foot back. Now we're going to straighten out that left leg and lower in, stretching through the hamstring. Just bring the belly down towards the leg. Keep the toes facing up towards the ceiling rather than turning out to the side. Good, bringing that foot back in. And now stepping out into the right and come out into that lunge. Hips square and facing forward rather than turning out to the side. And bring the hands underneath the shoulders to the inside of the right foot. Again, think about that back staying flat rather than stooping over and keeping the neck in line with the spine and the chest open. Now roll out onto the outside of the right foot. And rolling that foot back, press the right leg straight. And lower down towards the leg. Just lengthening out, stretching through the hamstring here. Now taking both feet out in front of you, we're going to take that right foot and bring it up along the inside of the knee, and then lengthen forward, stretch over the left leg, keeping that left leg nice and straight. If you typically have trouble with tight hamstrings folding forward like this, taking one leg at a time is really going to make a difference while the other leg is open to the side. Good. Now we're going to straighten out the right leg, grab onto the left, hold somewhere in between the knee and the ankle, and pull that leg towards your body. Lower it back down. We're going to bring now the left foot into the inside of the right knee and lengthen out over top of the right leg. Breathing deeply, sinking in and feeling that big stretch. Now lengthening both legs out, grab onto the right leg, holding somewhere between the ankle and the knee, and pull that leg in towards your body. Lower back down towards the mat, and finally fold forward over both the legs. And you should feel a pretty deep hamstring stretch right here. And lifting up tall. You did it. And it's hot in here. If you really enjoyed barre and you want to do more barre with me, check out my YouTube channel for barre workouts and stay tuned for when I come on and I'm live. Also, if you join me on Patreon on my barre tier, you can find a live barre workout every single week and you have access to all of my previous barre workouts. So you could do a unique barre class every day of the week, full 60-minute barre classes. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, consider doing so. In addition to barre, I've got Mat Pilates, Springboard Pilates, and more, with more to come. Thanks so much for joining me in the studio today. Here are some other videos that you might like.